What happens when a heavily intoxicated veteran, carrying a loaded handgun, shows up at a stranger's home believing he knows the people inside? What starts as a routine drunk driving case quickly turns into one of the most disturbing and unpredictable courtroom hearings you'll see. With a blood alcohol level nearly 3 times the legal limit, a loaded firearm, and terrified homeowners wondering what was about to happen next, this case forces the court to confront a difficult question. Where do mental health struggles end and personal responsibility begin? Stay tuned, because the judge is about to break down a chain of decisions that could have ended in tragedy.
Every day in the USA, people find themselves in court.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr.
All right,
Huff.
Mr. George, let's go back to your next case. Then we'll have all Mr. Gibson. As I said, we're probably not going to get lunch today, but this is Alexander Conley, which is another terrible set of facts. File number is 251229SD. This is the one that didn't have a driving record in it. I think Daniel did this. Let's see where Daniel is. Somebody get a hold of Daniel and tell him to log in here. I think he's working remotely because his office is flooded. Anyway, file number is 251229. Defendant is charged with operating with a high blood alcohol level. He had pled guilty to operating while intoxicated and possession of a firearm while under the influence. He's here with his lawyer, Mr. Tim George. Also present is Abigail Stoll from the prosecutor's office. She has a bit of a conflict in this case. The complainants in this case are her aunt and uncle. All right, everything's in the file, I hope. All right. Mr. George, what would you like me to know?
Thank you, Your Honor. Again, this is a situation where facts are they're not great and they're just unusual. But I think Dan does provide some context to the court about some of the things that my client has gone through. As the court knows, my client is a veteran, has been plugged into VA services in the past. And I just asked him if he had been plugged into anything recently. He said no. So I think with the recommendation, it would allow some supervision, which I do think is appropriate, just to make sure that Mr. Conley is doing what he needs to do. But he does have the ability to plug into things that, the rest of us that haven't served aren't able to. And a lot of times they're able to get more specific treatment for the issues that they're dealing with. There's a lot of, things that individuals that have served in the military bring back just as part of their service. And I think that specific treatment would be beneficial for him. Overall, Your Honor, obviously this is a situation that I know Mr. Conley would like to take back if he could, but he can't. And he just needs to, come in front of the court. And I think he's prepared to take whatever this court is willing to give for a sentence. So we'd ask the court to adopt Mr. Frazine's recommendation. We think that it's appropriate. Thank you.
He's not here to address it further. Ms. Stoll, what's your position here?
Thank you, Your Honor. I agree that the facts in this case are bad. They're pretty strange. The defendant showed up at the witness's house very intoxicated. His BAC was a .228. He had a loaded gun in his truck. There was a round in the chamber. He'd also cut himself on some glass that was covering the basement egress window. So who knows what he was doing around their house. They say that they don't know him, that he's shown up at their house a few times, but I would recommend at least 10 days in jail. as well as some probation. It's clear that he has some mental health issues and some alcohol abuse issues.
I talked about the vagaries of randomness. The first lady, I don't know if you were here yet, she got her face smashed through a plate glass window by a man with mental health problems. It was improperly released from the jail. Second guy almost hit and killed a truck driver who just happened to be driving down 131 northbound on a Tuesday in October. These people live out in the country on Custer Road, and for reasons I don't understand, you believe you know them. And this is scary stuff. The wrong house, you'd have got shot. You show up at their house drunk, drive your car over their retaining wall, your truck, and hang it up. You got an unregistered Sig Sauer in your damn pocket, 2 magazines, the thing's loaded, there's a round in the chamber. You have a CPL, but this gun isn't registered. You get out of the truck, walk around their house, looking in the windows, banging on the door. You stepped on the plexiglass cover over a basement egress window and fell into it because you were standing on it looking in the windows of the house. These people are terrified. You were there on Mother's Day. You were there on Father's Day. This was June 26th.
At this point, the judge is focusing on what makes this case so alarming, not just the crimes themselves, but the sheer number of opportunities where things could have gone catastrophically wrong. According to the testimony, the defendant was highly intoxicated, armed with a loaded firearm, wandering around a private residence, looking through windows, and repeatedly returning to a property owned by people he didn't actually know. The homeowners had every reason to be frightened. What's especially important here is that the court isn't simply evaluating whether laws were broken. The judge is weighing public safety, the defendant's mental health history, and the very real possibility that someone could have been seriously injured or killed. Had the homeowners reacted differently, this encounter could have ended in a deadly confrontation. What do you think? Should mental health struggles significantly reduce punishment in cases like this? Or does the danger created outweigh those considerations? Let us know in the comments.
Disappointed, and you were a 228. They haven't recently sought any veteran treatment. You, I think, had been in
I was told that I can't seek inpatient treatment until all cases are dropped, or not dropped, but handled.
Completed.
Yeah.
Are you still seeing Lisa?
I've seen her twice. I haven't seen her since. My probation officer has recommended to me that I start seeing her again.
You got, quote unquote, your drinking under control. No, you don't. I don't know what you were doing with this gun. And
I just, like you said, I have a CPL. I just standard was carried every day.
But you're not supposed to carry it when you have a 228 blood alcohol level. Also, it isn't registered. I don't know where it came from.
I bought it. I just didn't register it with the county. Bought it from the store.
All right. What do you want me to know?
As just mentioned, I do 100% service connected permanent total for TBI with that delusions.
How did you get your brain injury?
Head wound.
From what?
Football.
All right. That was in high school?
No, in the Marine Corps.
All right. So you were in the Marine Corps and you were injured in a football game?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
What else?
Well, you were telling me about what's going on in your life.
Part of the service connected disabilities is delusions. So, I think that's probably what's more happening here. And I have got my drinking under control since, but I few lapses just after the incident, but I have since got it under control. And drinking didn't help, that's for sure.
Have you worked since you got out of the service?
No, sir. Just school.
What kind of school?
I've attended a couple different schools, unable to maintain and stick it through. So I just stopped trying. Was just building up education debt through the VA.
Do you get a medical disability payment?
I do. 100% permanent total.
From the military?
Yeah.
What happened to your truck?
It got impounded.
How much it cost you to get it out?
500.
Was it broken?
No, sir.
Now, this wasn't the first time you'd been to these people's house. Are you over this delusion that you somehow know these people?
I am, sir. Yeah, I was, like I said, I was drinking, and that really induced the problem far worse.
Charge of possession of a firearm while intoxicated. An order 1 day jail credit, 1 day. Who do you live with?
By myself, sir.
Do you have any pets?
I have a cat.
Fine on that one is 0. Firearm and magazines are forfeited. Law requires that. State police will destroy that gun. All right, on the other charge, there's a $300 fine, a $75 crime victims' rights fee, a $50 state minimum fee, $100 screening fee, attorney fee of $150, $480 probation oversight fee, $200 reimbursement to the sheriff's department. He didn't recommend the victim impact payment. I'm going to order 10 days jail. Credit 1, giving 9 days to serve. Of the 9 days, 5 are deferred. You got 2 weekends to do in jail. Scaring the hell out of these people. I know people that would have shot you. In the victim impact panel. It's $32. No drugs and no alcohol. Participate in treatment, including VA. You don't have your drinking under control. You don't just turn it on and off like a switch. You've got a traumatic brain injury, which affects your judgment and cognition. You don't say, well, I got under control. I'm holding my breath. I have to breathe again, and then I drink again. And when you do drink, it's a binge. You'd have no contact with the stoles. Or you'll end up doing 93 days in jail. No drugs, no alcohol, substance abuse counseling and treatment is directed. Participates in treatment with the VA, including VA, and sign a release. The victim impact panel. I didn't add all that up. Let's try that. 300 plus 125 plus 100 plus 150 attorney fee plus 480 probation oversight fee, $200 police reimbursement, and a $32 cost of the victim impact panel, which is $1,387. Drinking, driving is expensive. I think we got $500 of bond in here also. It's a $5,000 bond, so $450 of it can be applied to fine and costs. You owe $937 in 1 year. Theoretically, they could have the discretion to discharge you after 6 months. Daniel, our probation agent, isn't here. Said he was sick, but I'm going to send you out to the counter. He's going to schedule when you're going to do those jail days. I thought about just doing it right now, but you got things going on, and I'm going to do a supervised probation. I put the other gentleman in right now because I'm not going to put him on probation. Plus, he almost killed somebody. All right, I'm serious. If you go back to the Stoll's house, I'm going to violate your probation and just lock you up. Leave those people alone. They don't have anything to do with you. You're working on your other issues. And I'd like to think we can get your substance abuse problem under control, but it ain't going to be by not doing anything about it. So you go out with a court officer and probation clerks.
This case highlights the difficult balance courts often face between accountability and rehabilitation. The judge acknowledged the defendant's traumatic brain injury, delusions, and ongoing struggles with alcohol abuse, but also made it clear that those issues could not excuse behavior that placed innocent people in fear and created a serious public safety risk. Ultimately, the court imposed jail time, probation, financial penalties, mandatory treatment, a victim impact panel, and the forfeiture and destruction of the firearm. The message from the court was unmistakable. Treatment is necessary, but personal responsibility remains essential. The judge repeatedly emphasized that alcohol abuse, combined with impaired judgment and access to a weapon, created a situation that could easily have ended in tragedy. Fortunately, no one was physically harmed, but the consequences will follow the defendant long after this hearing ends. If you found this case as shocking as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns.